focus on this broadcast affects the people of Delhi. Now, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today rolled back the scheme of providing free or subsidized electricity to the people of national capital. He said that free subsidy on electricity will be offered to only those who opt for the scheme. The new rule will come into effect from October 1 under the special electricity subsidy scheme. Electricity up to 200 units is currently free in Delhi and 50% subsidy is available for 400 units a month.
अब हमने तय किया कि हम ये ऑप्शन देंगे। हम लोगों से पूछेंगे क्या आपको बिजली की सब्सिडी चाहिए? अगर वो कहेगा हाँ चाहिए तो हम उनको देंगे। अगर वो कहेगा नहीं चाहिए तो हम उनको नहीं देंगे। तो ये लोगों से पूछने का काम जल्दी शुरू होगा और 1 अक्टूबर से दिल्ली के अंदर उन्हीं लोगों को बिजली की सब्सिडी दी जाएगी जो लोग बिजली की सब्सिडी मांगेंगे।
All right, I'm joined by Ashutosh, who's a senior journalist on the broadcast. Mr. Ashutosh, thank you for making time and speaking to Mirror now. While we are trying to understand the development still, and what is your view, the first reaction that comes to your mind when you think of this? Because everybody is aware of Mr. Modi's LPG policy, give up, and to those who can afford, they can give up. And likewise, is Mr. Kejriwal following that policy as well?
I think Mr. Kejriwal is not very clear on what is the rationale behind doing this. Because if this was the policy which got him into the government in 2013, 2015, and 2020, and also it helped them get into the government in Punjab also. So I think he should explain that why he is trying to discontinue with the old policy. See, this is a very ambiguous for the simple reason, because if the richest man in Delhi, if he wants that he wants to also avail subsidy, will Delhi government provide electricity free to that man or to anybody? Is it because earlier at least there was some demarcation that anybody who was consuming less than 200 unit, he or she will get the subsidy. That now there is total. Theoretically speaking, even the entire Delhi can opt for that they don't want subsidy, and they can also opt for that they want subsidy. If that happens, that what will the Delhi government will do? I think it seemed that Arvind Kejriwal is either have realized that it is getting too much a burden for the exchequer, and so it's better to discontinue with the old policy. But I still feel that he should come out more openly, more clearly, why he's trying to discontinue with the old policy.
And that's important. It's important to come up with that clarification. But I have a concern that this is the policy, this is the template that Mr. Kejriwal follows in a lot of states while campaigning. We've seen in Punjab, likewise in Goa, likewise in Himachal. He says that free power, free water, good education. So this template do you think it will get affected in the upcoming elections? Because what we are seeing in Delhi, could this model be replicated in other states as well?
I think that's very important, because this free electricity was used as a political weapon to win elections. And if he's so concerned that this policy has to be continued in Delhi, then will he discontinue the same policy which the government, which Aam Aadmi Party announced during Punjab elections and had made a 300 unit of electricity in Punjab free? Will he do the same in Punjab, or will he not opt for the same policy in other states? You are very right when he said that in Goa he announced the same thing. In UP also he announced the same thing. In Uttarakhand also he has announced the same thing. Because of Arvind Kejriwal and his this policy, now the other governments are also tempted, other political parties are also tempted to do the same thing. Let's not forget that India is not a very rich country, and even the richest of the countries things should not be available free. The citizens should be given some realization that whatever you're getting is not free. So you have to consume rationally. The issue is the Indian economy is not in a good position. It's going down. Unemployment is very high. Price rise is very high. And if such burdens, such freebies are a great burden on the economy, and without any positive return. So I think it's not only, it might be politically might be very expedient for the politicians to announce such policy and get the political dividend, but it's a great burden on exchequer and that's why it's economically it's not sustainable. That's why I'm asking why he has done it, and if there is any merit was in the earlier policy, why did they discontinue? If there was no merit in the earlier policy, then he should explain that.
All right. Thank you so much, Ashutosh, for your time and sharing your views on Mirror Now. We will have to wait and watch and see what the rationale is as far as this major decision in the national capital is concerned, which directly impacts the people of Delhi. All right, moving on. The Postpone Neet PG exam chorus has now reached the Supreme Court. All India Medical Students Association has filed a petition in the top court to postpone the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test Exam 2022. The Medical Association has cited clash with the ongoing counselling for NEET PG 2021 for postponement. Remember, the Medical Students Association has been running several media campaigns and had also written letters to the Prime Minister and President over the postponement of NEET PG exam. All right, for more on this, I'm joined by my colleague Meenakshi on the broadcast. Meenakshi, what is the latest that we are getting to hear on this issue? We believe that the Students Association has petitioned in the Supreme Court in order to get NEET PG exams postponed.
Well, that's right. This is a petition which has been filed in the Supreme Court. Very important to underline for our viewers, a filing does not mean a favourable order of the Supreme Court. A filing means they have moved Supreme Court. Supreme Court will now list it for a hearing. And after hearing, the Supreme Court will decide what is the best route forward. While you rightly mentioned, Archana, all the facts surrounding this is the top students' body pertaining to medical association or a medical body which, in his umbrella has all the medical students and their concerns that will be highlighted in the Supreme Court. The most important part here to watch out for would be the position this central government takes on this issue. Because whenever the matter is heard or debated in the Supreme Court, position of the government will be definitely sought for by the top court, and that position will have important impact going forward. How the Supreme Court views the government stand. Once the government stand, the articulated position of the government is placed in the Supreme Court, how the court views that position and then, juxtaposes it along with the concerns of this medical body. That is something we will keep a close eye on once the matter is taken up. We underline for our viewers, while the student body has moved the Supreme Court has to fix a date for hearing, then go on to hear the matter. While hearing the matter, the Supreme Court is also going to seek the opinion of the central government on this issue, and that opinion of the central government is going to be hugely critical in the way the Supreme Court views this matter.
Right, thank you so much, Meenakshi, for helping us understand this development better. I'm also joined by Dr. Rohan Krishnan, who's president of FIMA on the broadcast. FIMA is the Federation of All India Medical Association. Dr. Rohan Krishnan, thank you for making time and speaking to Mirror Now. Earlier also we had a conversation, and today we believe that the Medical Association body has moved the Supreme Court. What are your expectations? We have been discussing this issue, and we've seen these campaigns on the social media where most of the doctors are pleading the government, are asking these NEET PG exams being to be delayed. Once again, for the benefit of our viewers, could you help us understand your grievances and your expectations from the Supreme Court?
Yes. First of all, our viewers must understand that NEET PG examination is conducted every year. And NEET PG 2021 counseling, that is, it is a process in which the students opt for colleges, they get their colleges, they might not get their colleges, but they participate in a process of opting for colleges, which is called as a counseling, is going right now itself. This NEET PG 2022 exam was scheduled to happen in March itself, but since the 21 counseling was going on in March, the government itself decided that we cannot have the counseling as well as the examination togetherly. So we'll postpone this exam to May 21st. And they were hoping that in March itself, the 21 counseling will get over. But unfortunately, the government has not been able to conduct the counseling in the timely fashion. And right now also, the counseling is going on. So these students who are mid-rankers, who may get a seat in 21 batch, have to go to various states and attend biometric verification, physical document verification, prepare a bank guarantee, and go through a charades of formalities just to appear for this process of counseling. So they have this view that if we are going to go to various states and participate in the counseling, how can we study for the exam without a proper gap? How can we revise our syllabus of medicine without a proper gap? So from day one, they are asking for a gap between the counseling process and the examination. So this is the entire matter in a nutshell. We are hoping that the government listens to the students. Many of the students, including our association, has also asked for time from Honorable Minister Mansukh Mandviya, but unfortunately, he has not even heard the pleas of the doctors, which is very, very sad and pathetic.
All right. I hope that the government is watching this, or at least they reach out to you for your concerns, because you have written to a lot of ministers, and like you said, that the health minister hasn't reached out to you yet. But the concerns that you're raising on the broadcast are valid, and I hope that there is some sort of a conversation, and there is the two parties arrive at the negotiating table. Thank you so much, Dr. Rohan, for making time and speaking to Mirror Now. The RBI's sudden move to increase repo rate by 0.4% in an effort to tame inflation will mean that EMIs are likely to go up. Amid rising price rise concerns, this is yet another jolt for the middle class. There were mixed reactions from people in the national capital, as they said that even though their EMIs will go up, they're looking forward to getting better interest on FDs.
उसके टाइम के हिसाब से पूरा भरना ही है, और जो पेंडिंग वाला है, पेंडिंग और जो रेगुलर है, ये दोनों साथ में भरना है।
अभी जो बड़ा भी है वो भी हमें एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा उसको। तो क्या है कि अभी हमारा बटन बढ़ जा रहा है। एक्चुअली हमारा जो ईएमआई पहले था, अभी थोड़ा सा उसका कुछ हिस्सा बढ़ जाएगा, तो हमें ऑलरेडी पहले से दिक्कत था।
अब इसके इंटरेस्ट रेट में बढ़त के बाद बजट बिगड़ने वाला है पूरा।
बजट तो बिगड़ेगा ही ना मैडम, और ऊपर से कैसा है, जितनी सैलरी है उसके हिसाब से तो अपने को मैनेज करना पड़ेगा ना, है ना। तो इसीलिए अभी देखते क्या होता। तो
नहीं, अभी बढ़ गया तो अभी क्या करेंगे, तो भरना पड़ेगा। लेकिन सरकार गवर्नमेंट थोड़ा देखना चाहिए था कि भाई इतना नहीं करना चाहिए। अभी फिलहाल में अभी जस्ट हम लोग खुद थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स में थोड़ा सा आए हैं अभी कोविड की वजह से। हाँ, बस
थोड़ा तो इम्पैक्ट के पड़ेगा ही, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि ये हमेशा के लिए रहेगा। जैसा नेक्स्ट टाइम अगर आरबीआई इसमें कटौती करती है तो उसका इफेक्ट बैंक भी दे देंगे।
बहुत ही तकलीफ है एक्चुअली, क्योंकि आरबीआई ने रेट बढ़ाया, तो बेसिकली अभी तो कोविड की वजह से एवरीवन सफरिंग, एंड देन सैलरी भी इतना कुछ, एवरीवन हैज लॉस्ट देयर जॉब ड्यू टू कोविड। बहुत फर्क गिरेगा, बिकॉज इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट टू मैनेज द डेली एक्सपेंसेस ऑल्सो।
Middle class people, yes, EMI is going to go up. Those who have already done it, there is no issue. So the future, they have to earn more and save more. That's the only way. There is no other way, because they also depend upon the interest income. So the salary levels will go up, obviously. So we have lived in the past up to 20% income per annum. So we can always live at 7% or 8%. No issue. So India is quite strong.
आरबीआई जो भी रेफियो बढ़ाया वो सब इफेक्ट मिडिल क्लास को ही होता है, तो घटाया तो भी उसको फ़ायदा तो मिडिल क्लास को नहीं मिलता। इसलिए गवर्नमेंट से अपील करता हूँ, जो भी मिलना है हम लोगों को मिडिल क्लास को, प्लीज़ मेहरबानी करके हमारा रेफियो जो बढ़ाया उसको फ़ायदा जो भी है मिडिल क्लास को दीजिए।
If the rates are increasing, RBI is increasing rates or something, it is literally affecting the middle class people. Like me, if you ask me, I'm an employee or something in XYZ company, I've been literally affected because, like, you know, in our country, if you see 70% of the people are below the range, not above the range. Above the range, whatever the interest, it is like hitting them back. But below the range, it will really hit back because, like, you know, middle class people are the day runners and middle odd runners, monthly runners, which will affect badly.
All right, it's time for a short break. But before we take that break, let me share this story with you. It's a heartwarming video of an elderly Sikh man, Karnail Singh. This video has gone viral where he's honoring a Muslim man for completing itikaf, which is a 10-day ritual of penance and prayer. which is performed in the mosque. Now, in the video, the 80-year-old Sikh man can be seen performing Dastar Bandhi of the Muslim youth as a mark of respect for completing the 10-day-long itikaf in South Kashmir's Tral area.
तो मैंने कुछ अलग ही नज़ारा देखा। तो मैंने सिख कमेटी के लोग देखे और मुस्लिम कमेटी के लोग भी देखे। जो पहले मस्जिद में ही थे तो बाहर मैंने सिख कमेटी के लोग देखे। तो मैंने जब देखा तो वहाँ में हमारे जो है वो बड़े पीटी मास्टर जो हमारे कर्नल सिंह है, तो उसने मेरी दस्तार बिंदी की। तो मेरा दिल बहुत ही खुश हुआ और मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि इससे क्या हमें क्या मिलता है कि इससे हमें ये मिलता है कि हमें प्यार, अमन और सुकून की इस वक्त ज़रूरत है।
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be back with much more. Welcome back. We are getting some breaking inputs from Kerala. Let's take a look. All right, news coming in. Award-winning Malayalam director Sanal Kumar Sasidharan has been arrested following a complaint filed by actor Manju Warrior. The complaint said that Sanal was stalking Manju since August 2019. For more on this, I'm joined by Vivek on the broadcast. Vivek, thank you for joining us. What details can you share with us?
Yes, this is confirmed right now. Award-winning Malayalam director Sanal Kumar Sasidharan has been arrested by the Ernakulam police. He was arrested from Trivandrum near his residence near Neyatinkara. Now, this was following a complaint filed by actress Manju Warrior, where the actress has said that director Sanal Kumar Sasidharan is trying to malign her image through various Facebook posts and also trying to stalk her right from 2019 onwards. He had proposed multiple times, but Manju Warrior has informed him, has warned him multiple times not to go for such advances, and he was not listening to it. On the 1st of May, that he has put out a Facebook post, following which he also said that actress Manju Warrior's life is in danger. She has been abducted, and she is right now with a gang, and her life is in danger. He also wrote a letter to the President and Prime Minister of this country, also mentioning about the law and order situation in Kerala, especially in Kochi, and stating number of instances, one of which is on actress Manju Warrior. Remember, Manju Warrior is also is being questioned, and her statements have been taken in the actress abduction and assault case, where even she has been testified. Her statements have been taken multiple times by the police, following which, this director has been warning her, saying that her life has been in danger. But Manju Warrior has been taking strong objections on, the statements and the Facebook post, not just Facebook posts, also messages that he's been sharing with Manju Warrior through WhatsApp multiple times. Manju Warrior was clearly taking an objection and has been warning this director. But he was not willing to stop. The tirade continued for months and months, but finally it has to reach a situation where the actress had to file a complaint with the police, following which a case has been registered. Now, when the police came to arrest him, he had put out a Facebook video, which we already have, saying that it's a trap, it's a conspiracy. He has done nothing wrong, and in the video it's very clear that he is. Basically, he's trying to question those officers who came in civil dress, who came there and arrested him. In the video, he's saying that Manju Warrior's life is in danger, and also he's saying he's answering to certain allegations that's been made against him, saying that he's mentally unstable. He's saying that he's perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with him. The allegations and the complaints that he has made, is true, is genuine, and there are a group of people who are trying to malign his image. He stands by his statements which he has made on Manju Warrior. But now what we understand is that the director has been arrested and he's been taken to custody to Ernakulam, where he'll be questioned now.
Right. Thank you, Vivek, for these updates. All right, latest updates coming in. These are the visuals of the meeting that Prime Minister Modi is sharing to review the preparedness for heat wave management and monsoon. Moving on, in a tragic incident, a 6-year-old boy died in UP's Baghpat after being hit by his own school bus on school premises. The accident happened when the bus driver was reversing the vehicle. The body of the child has been sent for post-mortem and an FIR has been registered against the school manager and the bus driver. The tragic incident comes after a series of child deaths reported across the country, whether it's Chennai, Gurugram or Ghaziabad.
बहुत ही दुखद घटना हुई है हम यहाँ पर, और इसमें जो लोग भी दोषी हैं उनके खिलाफ सख्त कार्रवाई करी जा रही है। परिवार की तहरीर के आधार पर सुसंगत धाराओं में मुकदमा दर्ज हो चुका है। गाड़ियाँ व्हीकल सीज की जा चुकी हैं और विद्यालय की भी हम लोग सीजिंग की कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
All right, news coming in. According to data prepared by the Registrar General of India, a whopping 45% of the total 82 lakh people who died in 2022 did not get any medical attention at the time of death, and just 1.3% of the total registered deaths during the year received medical care from a qualified professional. All right, so this is the latest according to the data prepared by Registrar General of India. A whopping 45% of the total 82 lakh people who died in 2022 did not get any medical attention at the time of death, and just 1.3% of the total registered deaths during the year received medical care from a qualified professional. All right, let's get you the latest from Hyderabad, where both the accused have been arrested in connection with an honor-killing case. One of the accused is the brother of the deceased man's wife, while the other person is the brother-in-law of the woman. In the CCTV footage, a man can be seen brutally beating up another. Now, the man was allegedly killed by his wife's family over interfaith marriage. Police say that the wife's family members were unhappy with the marriage as the couple belonged to two different communities.
The incident, the unfortunate incident happened yesterday. Nagaraju was killed by two people, and even in the CCTV exclusively accessed by Mirror, now we can clearly see the accused beating and attacking the victim to death, and they have been killed. And right now, we are also inside the mortuary. We can clearly see here the protest is on. The family is here, and they were crying, and even the police here has said that they have arrested two accused who were involved in this incident, and the two accused have been identified as, one is the brother of deceased wife Ashrin Sultana, and also another is brother-in-law of deceased wife Ashrin Sultana. So these two persons, one is brother and another is brother-in-law of Ashrin Sultana, have been arrested by the police, and the police said that under relevant sections of IPC they have been booked and they will be sent to the judicial remand. And the police were also probing in other angles, like whether there are any other masterminds or not. All these angles have also been probed by the police.
Moving on, let's get you some international updates. Let's get you some international updates now. US Supreme Court has ordered an investigation into the leak of a Supreme Court draft opinion on abortion. This opens the possibility for an investigation without traditional guardrails to protect journalist sources. The leaked document has suggested that millions of US women could lose the legal right to abortion.
I'm thankful it was leaked. I think that in the end it could help our case, it could help prevent something disastrous for our country. So my concern really isn't hunting down who leaked it. My concern is making sure that this does not go through.
The leaker's place to release that document. That is the responsibility of the justices, which have been voted on, confirmed, placed in those positions. And so it was a great upset in authority, and I believe that there does need to be strict repercussions on the leaker.
And on that note, it's time for a short break. Stay tuned, we'll be back with more. According to data prepared by the Registrar General of India, a whopping 45% of the total 82 lakh people who died in 2022 did not get any medical attention at the time of death, and just 1.3% of the total registered fatalities during the year received medical care from a qualified professional. All right, so this is the latest as far as the data from Registrar General of India is concerned. A whopping 45% of the total 82 lakh people who died in India did not get any medical attention at the time of death. Moving on, the South Delhi Civic Body's demolition drive in Kalindi Kunj, Jamia Nagar area near Shaheen Bagh has been pushed back. The drive has been pushed back till May 8th. This after Delhi police refused to give extra security cover to the Delhi Civic Body for the drive. The Civic Body officials said that since the areas where the drive was planned were sensitive, therefore it would be better for them to hold talks with Delhi police before going ahead with the drive. And my colleague Alok spoke to South Delhi Civic Body Chairman Rajpal Singh on the exact reasons why the demolition got postponed.
South MCD Chairman Central Zone Rajpal Singh is with us. Sir, आज आप लोग डिमोलिशन करने के लिए आए थे, एक अभियान चला रहे हैं जिसके तहत जो कालिंदी कुंज का शाहीन बाग का जो क्षेत्र है वहां पर क्या हो पाया, क्यों नहीं हो पाया सर?
आज हमारे को पर्याप्त पुलिस बल नहीं मिल पाया, इसके कारण हमारे को इस ड्राइव को एक्सटेंड करना पड़ा, लेकिन बहुत जल्द हमें पुलिस बल मिल जाएगा, इसको फिर रूटीन में लाएंगे।
कम्युनिकेशन क्या हुआ था सर आप लोग का पुलिस वालों के साथ, क्या बोला? क्योंकि आप पुलिस वालों ने इससे पहले हमें याद है 10 दिन का टाइम मांगा था, कहा था 10 दिन का समय दीजिए तब हम बताएंगे, तो आप लोग ने वो कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हो पाया था क्या?
नहीं, हमने पूरा कम्युनिकेशन किया, 10 दिन की जगह हमने 15 दिन का समय दिया, लेकिन पुलिस बल मुहैया ना होने के कारण हमने इस अपनी ड्राइव को 1 दिन के लिए एक्सटेंड किया।
1 दिन का एक्सटेंड का मतलब यानी कि कल के बाद परसों होगा या कल करेंगे?
जी, अब उनके साथ में टाइम सेट किया जाएगा जिस दिन पुलिस बल वहां के लिए मिलेगा, लेकिन जो आज का ड्राइव था उसको एक्सटेंड किया है। जो हमने रोड मैप में और ड्राइव बनाए हुए हैं वो उस हिसाब से चलते रहेंगे।
यानी जो कल आपका जो क्षेत्र है जहां पर आप लोग ने प्लानिंग के तहत किया है वहां पर पुलिस फोर्स है, वहां पर आपको पर्याप्त है पुलिस फोर्स?
ये पुलिस बल तो सेम डे मिलती है, पहले कहना संभव नहीं है, लेकिन हमारे को जहां जहां पुलिस बल मिला है हमने उसको अंजाम दिया है काम को।
Right, and news coming in ahead of the formation of a low-pressure area in the Andaman Sea. Odisha government has asked collectors of 18 districts to be prepared for a possible cyclone coming in from Bay of Bengal. Amid the intense heat in Mumbai, now people will heave a sigh of relief after the Indian Railway Board slashed the fares of AC local trains to 50%. The single journey tickets have been revised. The new change has come into effect from today. However, the commuters also demanded an increase in the AC local train frequency, which will help not only to combat the heat but also will invite more passengers.
The 50% cut in air-conditioned Mumbai local trains will be applicable from today.
To come as a big relief for commuters, now the Indian Railway Board has rationalized the AC local fares after slashing down the fares for 50%. For instance, if someone is travelling from CST to Dadar, the person earlier used to pay 65 rupees, but now the person has to pay 35 rupees. Whereas if the person travelled from Ghatkopar to CST, the person used to shell out nearly 130 rupees. Now it would be only rupees 70. As this has come as a major relief, now the Indian Railway Board is also anticipating that they will get warm response from the commuters. With video journalist Nisar, this is Shweta reporting for Mirror Now.
अभी जो एसी का टिकट कम हुआ है, लेकिन इससे भी थोड़ा कम करते थे तो पब्लिक को आसानी गिरता था। और अभी एसी का तो भाड़ा कम कर दिया, लेकिन ट्रेन भी बहुत कम है, तो फिर ट्रेन भी थोड़ा बढ़ाएगा तो बहुत सारे पब्लिक ट्रेन से जा सकते हैं।
गर्मी से छुटकारा मिलेगा एसी चलाएंगे तो कम किया टिकट, उसके लिए धन्यवाद। ट्रेन दो ही है, वो ट्रेन बढ़ाने की कष्ट करें।
मुझे लगता है कि फ्रीक्वेंसी थोड़ी ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए, भले कि ट्रेन का टिकट कम हो गया विच इज़ वेरी गुड। अभी बहुत ज़्यादा लोग आएंगे, दिन भर में 2 ही ट्रेन है तो बहुत कम है वो, तो आई थिंक गवर्नमेंट ने वो बढ़ाना चाहिए।
एसी जो ट्रेन है ना वो एक्चुअली बढ़नी चाहिए, सुबह और शाम में है तो और ज़्यादा बढ़ेंगी तो अच्छा, क्योंकि गर्मी का सीजन है, एसी ट्रेन परफेक्ट है अभी सीजन में। टिकट भी कम हो चुका है तो अच्छी बात है, तो प्रवास मतलब ज़्यादा करेंगे लोग।
एसी लोकल्स जो है वो ट्रेनें थोड़ी फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़नी चाहिए उनकी, क्योंकि इतनी गर्मी में लोगों को काफ़ी तकलीफ होती है इसमें। किराया कम हुआ है, बहुत अच्छी बात है ट्रेन एसी ट्रेनों की, और अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी भी बढ़ जाए तो और अच्छी बात है।
Right, news coming in from Mumbai, where a fire has been reported in the Ray Road area of Mumbai in a shop. 6 to 7 fire tenders have been rushed to the spot. So far, no casualties have been reported, and the firefighting operation is underway. Remember, the area that we are talking about houses a lot of plywood and wood shops. This is the area which falls in the Harbour Line area, and a fire has been reported in the Ray Road. 6 to 7 fire tenders have been rushed to the spot. So far, no casualties have been reported. Unrelenting heat has already pushed the power demand to record high, and now the water crisis has made the summer worse for the common man in the national capital. Now, Delhi is staring at a grave water crisis, with water levels at the Wazirabad pond depleting alarmingly due to the poor flow in the Yamuna. Now, Delhi government has now written to the Haryana government to release additional water. Meanwhile, Mirror Now's Ila spoke to the residents of an affected colony on water crisis. Listen in.
समस्या है, पानी आता ही नहीं है।
पाइपलाइन वगैरह डली है,
सब कुछ डली हुई है। अभी पीछे रिसेंटली इन्होंने नई डाली है पाइपलाइन, सब कुछ हुआ है पर पानी नहीं आता। कोई टाइम नहीं है, मतलब आता भी है तो कोई लिमिट, टाइम की लिमिटेशन नहीं है। रात को 2 बजे आ रहा है, कभी 4 बजे आ रहा है, कभी नहीं आ रहा है, पानी नहीं है।
मैं रहता हूँ श्री कॉलोनी, और पिछले 3 महीने से तकरीबन बेटा पानी का कोई टाइमिंग नहीं है। पानी आता है, कब आएगा कोई भरोसा नहीं है। रात को आएगा 12 बजे या 2 बजे आएगा, या गंदा आएगा या साफ आएगा। अभी 2 दिन पहले तो ये हुआ, मोटर चला दी गई और टंकी भर दी, और सुबह जब देखा तो पानी बदबू वाला था।
सबके पैसे लग रहे हैं 200 250 रुपये रोज के पानी के लग रहे हैं। बच्चे परेशान है, घर वाले परेशान है, गर्मी इतनी है, यही परेशानी है।
पानी की काफ़ी समस्या है यहाँ पे। मैं न्यू गुप्ता कॉलोनी में आई हैव टेकन अ शॉप ऑन द रेंट। बेसिकली आई एम फ्रॉम आदर्श नगर नॉर्थ वेस्ट दिल्ली, बट मुझे यहाँ पे 1 मंथ हुआ है। बट 1 मंथ में मैंने देखा है कि यहाँ पे पानी की बहुत ही शॉर्टेज है। यहाँ पे हमें पानी परचेज करके पीना पड़ता है।
कुछ भी नहीं है, बस पानी की प्रॉब्लम है। मतलब ये नहीं कि 2 घंटे या 3 घंटे इकट्ठा दे दें, एक आधा घंटा आएगा फिर चला जाएगा, थोड़ी देर के लिए आएगा। मतलब पूरा हम पानी भी नहीं ले पाते भरने के लिए। पीने, वो नहाने धोने का तो एक तरफ रह गया, पीने का पानी भी नहीं भर पाते हम ढंग से।
तो क्या
4 लोग हैं हम लोग करके, बस कर रहे हैं, मैंने जैसे भी चल रहा है। ये है, बहुत दिक्कत आ रही है।
साथ वालों से ना टैंकी में पानी डलवाते हैं, अब उनकी मिन्नत करनी पड़ती है कि पानी थोड़ा डाल दो तो हमारा बर्तन धोए जाए, काम हो जाए थोड़ा।
अभी कैसे बर्तन कपड़े वगैरह कैसे धुल रहे हैं?
कपड़े धोए कहाँ हैं, कपड़े तो ऐसे ही पड़े हुए हैं।
कितने दिन से पानी की समस्या आ रही है?
पानी की तो आती रहती है समस्या।
Punishing heat, Delhiites are also facing issues related to water supply shortage. I am right now at New Gupta Colony where people are saying that they haven't got any water from past 2 to 3 days, and even if water comes, it's so dirty and unhealthy to drink that they have to buy water and for household utilization. This is not just a picture of one single area, but many areas in national capital Delhi have been hit, as Wazirabad water plant and also Haidarpur water plant are facing issue. Delhi government says that it is due to the Haryana government because they are not releasing enough of water, and because of heat they need additional water, and this only get respite after some rainfall.
Right, let's get you the latest from the national capital. Before that, let's get you the latest on the Bhima Koregaon case, where the hearing has concluded for the day, and Mr. Sharad Pawar deposed before the panel. He deposed before the commission as a witness and also made several suggestions to the commission, and all cross-examination has been done for the day. Moving on, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today rolled back the scheme of providing free or subsidized electricity to the people of Delhi. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said that free subsidy on electricity will only be offered to those who opt for the scheme. The new rule will come into effect from October 1st. Under the special electricity subsidy scheme, electricity up to 200 units is currently free in Delhi, and 50% subsidy is available for 400 units a month. Let's listen in to what people have to say.
सर ये बताइए कि क्या आपको लगता है ये फैसला कैसा है जो अभी उन्होंने बोला है कि सबको नहीं बल्कि सिर्फ ज़रूरतमंदों को ही सब्सिडी मिलेगी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी?
हाँ, but the question is how do you decide who really need? What is the criteria? And it has to be very objective and not subjective. और वो सिफारिश वगैरह से नहीं होना चाहिए. It has to be done by some independent body.
नीडी पीपल जो है उनको ही इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फ्री मिलना चाहिए, क्योंकि रिच पीपल के पास ऑलरेडी पैसा है. जैसा सर ने बताया कि अब ये डिसाइड कैसे करें कि कौन रिच है कौन पुअर है, क्योंकि आज के टाइम पे सब कुछ फेक बन जाता है. तो गवर्नमेंट को कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें लेके आनी चाहिए जिससे इजीली वो रेक्टिफाई कर पाएँ कि कौन एक्चुअल में नीडी है और कौन रिच पीपल है.
और जो जिनकी इनकम ऑफ रेंज कम है उनके तो मिलना ही चाहिए, बट जिसकी इनकम ऑफ रेंज हाई है उनको तो वैसे भी कोई प्रॉब्लम होनी नहीं चाहिए. दिस इज वेरी गुड पॉइंट फॉर केजरीवाल. तो ऐसा ठीक है, अच्छा है.
इट इज़ द गुड फॉर द एवरीवन, बट इट इज़ नॉट गुड फॉर द रिच पर्सन्स, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी दे आर द अर्निंग द टू मच अमाउंट ऑफ द मनी. आप यानी ऐसे देखिए, जो यानी जिनके पास पैसा है वो 200 यूनिट्स को वैसे भी पे कर सकते हैं.
Now, ending the suspense over his political plans, Prashant Kishore today announced that he will not be launching a political party, but instead will embark on a Padyatra. The poll strategist said that he will begin a 3,000-kilometer Padyatra on October 2nd in an effort to understand people's issues from the ground. He said that since Bihar elections are not taking place in the foreseeable future, so the launch of political party was not on the cards.
मैंने कोई पार्टी की बात कही नहीं. अगर सब मिलकर ये तय करते हैं कि हमें एक पार्टी बनाने की जरूरत है, तो उस पार्टी में एक मेंबर प्रशांत किशोर भी होंगे. ऐसी बात नहीं है कि प्रशांत किशोर कोई पार्टी बनाए और उसमें सारे लोग ज्वाइन करें. मैं कोई पार्टी बना नहीं रहा हूं. मुझे लगता है कि बिहार को बदलने के लिए एक नए प्रयास की जरूरत है. उस प्रयास का रास्ता ये होना चाहिए. उस रास्ते पे मैं पूरी ईमानदारी से, पूरी ताकत से चलना चाहता हूँ. आगे क्या होगा नहीं होगा इसकी सारी समझ मुझे आज है नहीं, लेकिन इतना मैं जानता हूं कि इस रास्ते से चलकर शायद बेहतर नतीजे निकाले जा सकते हैं. आगे जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा.
A major terror plot was averted as security forces seized a car laden with explosives and weapons just 2 hours away from the national capital. In the latest, 4 terror suspects have been arrested and sent to police remand for 10 days. 3 IDs and a pistol have been recovered from them. In the preliminary interrogation, the accused persons have revealed that they were working for Pakistan-based gangster turned terrorist Harvinder Singh. As per police, the accused were travelling from Firozpur in an SUV and were stopped at Madhuban Chowk in Karnal for checking. All right, a quick update on the LIC mega IPO. Now, the latest is that LIC's mega IPO has been fully subscribed on day 2 of bidding. All right, this is the latest, the mega IPO. The biggest IPO has been fully subscribed. Remember, today was the second day, and this is the data from the stock exchange. The LIC IPO has been fully subscribed. Remember, IPO of Life Insurance Corporation of India, which is the biggest in the history of the Indian capital market, was open for subscription, and today was the second day, and the latest is that it has been fully subscribed. Remember, the government of India is aiming to garner 21,000 crore rupees at the upper end, and the price band of this was between 949 apiece. Hina joins us for more. Hina, day 2 and LIC IPO, the mother of all IPOs, has been fully subscribed.
Well, that's right. It's an interesting piece of information that we are getting for our viewers. It was just the second day of bidding, and this mother of all IPOs, as you rightly called it, LIC IPO, has got fully subscribed. You know, this shows the kind of interest that people had in this particular IPO, and it's also because LIC, one, is a household name, and second, it is quite attractive. The price band that it came out with, 902 to 949 rupees per share, the price band, according to experts, is very, very attractive for a company like LIC. Now, we are being told that policy holders, it has got a good response from policy holders, from the employees of LIC, from the retail investors, all. In fact, it seems we're just waiting for this to open. This is what we can, gauge from the kind of response it has managed to get on, day 2 itself. The government, remember, is selling 3.5% stake through this offer for sale, and there are about 10% of the shares reserved for LIC policy holders and 0.7% for LIC employees. There is a discount also of 60 rupees for policy holders and 45 rupees for employees and for retail investors like you and me. 31.25% shares, in fact, are reserved for the household or rather retail investors, and it has been fully subscribed. The window will, of course, remain open till 9th of May, and then the listing is expected on 17th of May.
Right, and an interesting aspect of this is, Hina, is that the buzz and the excitement around this IPO was such that it was open for subscription on the weekend itself, which itself, as we discussed, that goes on to show, as you said, that the price band was so attractive and it was a highly anticipated IPO, which means that it also stayed open for the weekend as well.
Well, that's right. This is going to remain open over the weekend too. And now, if so many people have already subscribed to this particular IPO, it has been fully subscribed already, and the amount of shares is very limited. Like I just mentioned, that just 10% are reserved for LIC policyholders, 0.7% for LIC employees, and 31.25% is reserved for retail investors. But the kind of demand it has already seen, only shows that many people are going to get disappointed because only a limited number of shares are up for grabs. In total, it's just 3.5% of LIC that we are talking about, and which is about 22 odd crore shares. So the quantity is limited, but the kind of response it has got, it shows the excitement among the people, and many clearly should be ready to get disappointed also, because I have been saying it since day one, Archana. I myself have tried many a time to get into an IPO, have subscribed like many other people, but eventually have been left disappointed. So in this case as well, with the demand being so huge, supply being limited, of course, many will get disappointed because not everyone who has subscribed for this IPO in these 2 days or who are going to subscribe over the next few days will be able to get the shares. Only, the number of shares remains limited.
Right. Thank you, Hina, and I wish you all the best for future IPOs, and I hope that it's not tough luck for you next time around, and we hope that you crack it in the future. Thank you for joining us with these updates. All right, let's get you some international updates on the broadcast. Now, U.S. Supreme Court has ordered an investigation into the leak of a Supreme Court draft opinion on abortion. This opens the possibility for an investigation without traditional guardrails to protect journalist sources. The leaked document had suggested that millions of U.S. women could lose the legal right to abortion.
I'm thankful it was leaked. I think that in the end it could help our case, it could help prevent something disastrous for our country. So my concern really isn't hunting down who leaked it. My concern is making sure that this does not go through.
The leaker's place to release that document. That is the responsibility of the justices, which have been voted on, confirmed, placed in those positions. And so it was a great upset in authority. And I believe that there does need to be strict repercussions on the leaker.
It's been 71 days since Russia invaded Ukraine, and as the war progresses, Russia's key ally, Belarus, has weighed in on the situation. Now, President of Belarus has said that Putin does not want the conflict to escalate into a global confrontation with NATO and urged the West to ensure one doesn't happen. Now, he also accused Ukrainian President Zelensky of following US's orders.
Скорее всего, он не хочет глобального столкновения с НАТО. Воспользуйтесь этим. Воспользуйтесь этим и сделайте все, чтобы этого не было. В противном случае, даже если Путин не захочет, военные будут реагировать. Сегодня не Зеленский управляет Украиной. Пусть он на меня не обижается. Это моя точка зрения, может, я ошибаюсь. Вы там управляете.
The U.S. Coast Guard says a Coast Guard crew stopped what it described as a rustic, unsafe vessel at sea. The boat was intercepted about 37 kilometers south of Florida. The Coast Guard say that 49 people on board have been repatriated to Cuba. A SpaceX Dragon capsule with 4 astronauts on board has left the International Space Station and is returning to Earth. NASA astronauts Raja Chari, Tom Marshburn and Kyla Barron, along with European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer, have been in orbit for 6 months now. Capsule will make its landing on May 6th.
And copy that, Raja. So we are with you in your steps in 4.010 and are confirming that you do have a go to close the forward hatch.
You can see a portion of the space station with Dragon still docked and Earth in the background. It just looks so incredible there.
That's the Indian Ocean below them right now.
All hooks open and nominal.
And with that, it's a wrap. Stay tuned to Mirror now for more news and updates. My colleague Afrida Ali joins you next.